leadership at Jackson College, President Dr. Dan Phelan. Good morning.
Good morning.
As soon as he said that, I pictured that photo of you with your mustache.
Yeah, well, thanks for that memory.
Can you believe it?
It's been a minute, as they say.
Yeah. Now, when you got here, I mean, did you think 25 years?
No, I did not. Typically, community college presidents their tenure is about 4.5 years or
Amazing.
so.
Wow.
And those are like dog years, they say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been a wonderful experience to work with so many trustees who have a great vision and compassion for our institution and for the community. To be able to work with them, to work with so many great employees to advance the mission and purpose of our institution is just a real blessing for me personally, and to be able to remain in the college and to really see the long-term view of what you can do. So when you're turning over every 4 or 5 years, you really don't have an opportunity to have long-lasting, sustainable impact. But if you're going to be there for a while, you can really have sustainable change that really impacts the institution, its students, and the community. And I've been blessed with that opportunity.
Yeah, and from my vantage point, it's exactly what the institution needed and has thrived. And kind of piggybacking on what Lee Hampton said, talking about your leadership at the MLK, that has to mean a lot coming from Lee.
It does. Lee is just a cool dude. Just a great guy in our community. He's served our community in so many ways that are known and unknown. And for him to lend his knowledge, skills, and abilities to our institution to make us better and to help us on our journey as we remain as an institution that is welcoming to everyone. His voice, his vision, his leadership and guidance were so deeply appreciated. Now he's serving in our community in a very different way, and we're all benefiting from that as well.
We looked, there have been nearly 40 groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings of buildings and events in your tenure at JC. And I remember one of the earlier ones, Lee Hauser, your predecessor, came back for the ceremony, and he said, I'm looking around, I do not recognize the campus. It had changed so much. And you don't realize that until you've been away for a while.
Exactly.
But it's unrecognizable from what it was 25 years ago.
Absolutely. And we've got another groundbreaking coming up later this month, so excited about that.
Let's talk about the CAP building. We've got some early images of that.
Yes,
this
these are architects'
exciting.
renderings of the Center for Applied Technology. So this building, which I'm so grateful for the board and their approval of this, it's a $6.8 million project. We're going to be breaking ground on that before the board meeting on the 17th at 5 o'clock. We're actually going to do that in the old dome, the hangar out there, because we don't know what the weather's going to be. But this facility will be allowing us to be very flexible in how we respond to the needs of the community and the employing community, working on sustainable energy production, Industry 4.0, just a number of technologies that we hope to bring to bear. As you see, we got some flexible space there for the employees to come and spend and receive certifications there. I want to thank Consumers Energy for their partnership with us. This is going to be an interesting facility. We will actually, as you see in this picture right here, we'll actually have the power poles in the building, so it's a very tall building. So we can train them in the skills and they get those down before they go out to the weather. And it is actually an indoor-outdoor training facility, so insofar as we have this indoor space, they can also go outside and practice their climbing skills, their climb school work right here and outside as well. We have a donor wall there, so we've got lots of partners already who've been contributing to this work, and their names will appear there. So we're excited about what this means for us, and so grateful to the Mercer organization who's serving as our general contractor and project manager for this work. And Jim Jones has always done an amazing job for us as our kind of in-house architect, and I want to thank Jason Valente, who kind of handles all of our facilities issues, has done a great job, and Jamie Vandenberg, who's just on fire. She has done amazing work with the workforce community. As we've expanded that effort intentionally, we're actually increasing staff and workforce training and development and economic development. And this is the latest, what will be crown in our star in our crown out of Jackson College.
Well, this is what you've been doing, being either proactive or reactive to the needs in the market. Henry Ford, as an example, training health professionals, energy professionals with Consumers Energy, and as Acceleration Jackson County looks at attracting businesses, the first question they ask, what's the workforce like?
Exactly.
And it has been, according to Keith Gillenwater, a blessing to have JC prepare people so that that becomes a very key part of the economic development pitch.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Bart. I believe that is true, and it's all of us. You know, this community is everybody working together. That's the synergy that happens. The good work you do here at JTV to celebrate the good news, but also make people aware of the community. And you create partnerships just by the work that you do, and then we have other connections across the institution, which you're mentioning, and all of that works for good. And to the degree that we can think about a collective future together and think about where the connecting points to make that even better, we can leverage some of the resources that we have. We all have limited resources, so how can we kind of connect that tissue, so to speak, to really do some cool things for Michigan and for Jackson?
Have you seen Dan in the stands at the basketball games?
I have, and I hope to tomorrow night, because we'll be at both games. We'll have the doubleheader tomorrow night out on campus at the Vic Kewis Fieldhouse. 5:15 live coverage starts. We'll have the women's game followed up by the men's game. Join us out there live on JTV.
Yeah. Popcorn's great too.
Popcorn's great.
It is, yeah.
Popcorn's great, and you've been sampling popcorn across the west side of the state, and they're not pleased. So
Yeah.
I know you're excited to get back to Jackson College for their popcorn.
Yeah, and it's really a fun experience.
It
If you
is.
haven't been to a game
It's
in
awesome.
person, it's a great night out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Typically, doubleheaders, watch the women and men play, and it's quite a step up from high school if you've been watching.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I encourage kids or parents to take their young kids out, 10, 11, 12, 13, who want to be a college player or think, they want to be a high-level high school player. We'll see the talent it takes right here in our own backyard.
Yeah.
And
Got a great coaching staff. There's a lot
Absolutely.
of energy in the house. It's just a lot of fun, and it's in the wintertime. What else are you going to do?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Come out and enjoy a great college ball game.
Well, since you were here last, we had elections for new board members. We've got, I think, two new board members. One that was re-elected for the first time, and here they all are.
Yeah, so Trustee Teshna Thomas, who works out at Henry Ford Health, she filled a vacancy, so she actually stood on her own name for this election and was elected. And also we welcome Danielle Mackey, also from Consumers. So that is the Board of Trustees, and we're so delighted at the January board meeting we swore both in Trustee Thomas and Trustee Mackey into the board. And we're also delighted that Sheila Patterson was elected by the board to be board chair, and Donna Lake becomes the vice chair of the board. So very grateful for this board that we've established now and kind of restructured. And I also want to thank John Christ, who served with distinction for our institution, outgoing as board chair. Just a person who is well known in our community and has contributed so much of his time and sacrificed so much for not only Jackson College but for the community generally. And I'm happy to say that our board will actually be formally considering his appointment to the Jackson College Foundation Board
that's great.
Here later this month.
very good.
Yeah.
Number of activities have occurred in the last couple of months. We wanted to look back on nurse pinning ceremony. I think we have a couple every semester,
Yes.
and the interest in that program, it's you take as many as you possibly can, and obviously huge interest in that as a career.
The whole nursing and allied health area is just really booming. In fact, I was talking with one of our deans, Heather Rakowski, and we are seeing enrollment, particularly in areas like radiography and diagnostic medical sonography, growing. In fact, we are actually having, I think we are over 100 students now who've enrolled in our radiography program. We haven't had those numbers since well before COVID. I mean, I'm thinking early 2000 even.
Wow.
So I think that people are kind of settling in. The baby boomers are retiring, and there is a need. And our partnership with Henry Ford has just been phenomenal, as well as other health providers in the area. And to be able to serve our community in that way and providing the workforce is really amazing to me. But also, just the growth in nursing and allied health fields generally is just incredible.
It's going to be a busy week, always busy out at Jackson College, but this weekend is the annual Sportsman's Banquet, and all proceeds benefit JC Athletics, and this is always a fun one for Bart and I, and we're looking forward to this year as well.
Yeah, except Greg's changed up the food a little bit.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's wild game, right?
Yeah, Courtney Ivan and Rick Smith and so many others just do a phenomenal job out there. Of course, all the players are serving and they're at the tables. It's just a great event, brings the community together, and we're so excited. And hey, in this region, it's good to focus on hunting for a little bit.
Absolutely.
So focus on deer stands, things like that in the cold winter months. But yeah, we're very excited about that event.
Yeah, later this winter we'll be celebrating the 97th anniversary of Jackson College?
That would be right, because our 100th year anniversary is in 2028.
Wow.
So right after the turn of the year in 2028, we'll be celebrating. So in fact, we're doing work right now in preparation for that. So we're thinking about an archive room where there would be, going forward, open all the time, that would have the history of our institution. I actually found a painting from 1928 that was given by the student body at that time, the year that the first community junior college was established. So they gave it to the college, and so we're having that kind of restored, and just lots of other events and activities. All those things will be, of course, in this archivist area, but we'll also have a year-long program about celebrating the 100 years of Jackson College and the way we've served the community and continue to serve.
Well, you're the longest serving president.
Yes, that is true. For good or for ill, that is true.
We might need to start looking nationwide to see where you stack up in the all-time years served.
Yes, there's not many of us for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we also have some other fun things coming up. The Battle of the Bands.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, were you in a hair band when you were in high school?
No, I was not. You got to have hair to have it in a hair band. No, I was not. But I'll tell you, Dan Bickle and team, they just do phenomenal work. He lives and breathes music. He's just one of those guys you meet and you just like him right off the bat. And he's so focused on his craft, so focused on bringing energy and music and brightening lives and students and the community as well. I mean, he just uses music as a way to create connection between people. And it's a nice metaphor about where we should be as a society, coming together and creating music together to benefit so many people.
Yeah, a lot of new and innovative things being done in that field at JC and theater arts as well.
Yes. Well, this one will be a loud one, of course. And Sarah Ann has just been doing some phenomenal work in our theater department. After so many years of not having a theater program, we are so delighted to have Sarah Ann Tomzek bringing these programs back. And of course, we've got one that she's working on now, kind of a spin on Harry Potter, and we're excited to see the good work there. But I'm so delighted that we're bringing a lot of these important elements back to our community.
We appreciate you coming in today.
Oh, it's been my pleasure.
See you tomorrow at the basketball games.
Absolutely.
That's right. Jackson College president in his 25th year at Jackson College, Dr. Dan Phelan. More of the morning show after this.